Today we're on a mission to find out a key piece of information for any park guests at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. Which line moves the fastest? It's not just about how popular the ride is, it's about its hourly capacity. A high capacity ride means the line will consistently be moving, and that's what we're here to investigate today. To do that, we're going on a step-by-step journey to calculate and reveal the top 5 highest capacity rides at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. We're talking pure, theoretical, maximum capacity. The absolute most people that can experience the amazing attractions when they're running at peak performance. So grab your park map and your calculator because we're about to crunch some numbers. Before we dive into the math, let's identify our prime candidates. To figure out the highest capacity rides, we need to look for a few key things. Rides with multiple vehicles, like trains or boats, and rides that can carry a good number of people at the same time. Based on that, our main contenders are going to be the park's incredible lineup of roller coasters, a few popular water rides, and even the park's transportation system. Here are the rides we'll be putting under the microscope. Elpengeist, Apollo's Chariot, Griffin, the Loch Ness Monster, Verbolton, Escape from Pompei, Roman Rapids, La Scoot, Busch Gardens Railway, and the Sky Ride. Now that we have our list, let's break down how we're going to estimate their theoretical hourly capacity. To figure this out for each ride, we'll be using a simple but powerful formula. This assumes that the ride is going to be operating at an absolute peak with no downtime, all trains are in use, and they're dispatching as quickly and efficiently as possible. Here's the formula that we're going to be using. The theoretical hourly capacity equals 3,600 seconds divided by the seconds it takes to dispatch times the number of riders per vehicle. We're going to go down the list in alphabetical order, and we're starting with Elpengeist, the snow beast from the east. We've got the YouTube channel up from the official Busch Gardens Williamsburg POV of the ride, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the crown of the lift. Once we've cleared the lift here, which I'm going to say right about there, somewhere in there, let's go, yeah, right about there. No, hold on. Okay, so we're going to say 18 seconds is where our time mark is. And now we need to see how long it's going to take to clear the block brakes. So here we're in the block brakes. And we've officially cleared the block brakes. So we're around 40 seconds. A little less than that, probably 35. It's impossible to load a roller coaster train that fast, especially when we're talking about 32 people. So we're going to give it a realistic score of 60. The dispatch time is 60 seconds in order to get those trains rolling. With a 60-second dispatch time, that means they're allowed to get 60 dispatches in per hour, and that means with 32 people on the ride, it filled every time. We've got a theoretical capacity of 1,920. Not too bad. All right, up next, we're looking at the theoretical capacity of Apollo's Chariot. Now, once it leaves the top of the lift hill and clears the brake run, it's close to 60 seconds, but we're going to put that same rule into effect and just call it an even 60, because really I don't think they're going to be able to load the train any faster than that. So putting it at 60 seconds with 60 dispatches per hour at 36 riders per train, it puts it at 2,160 riders per hour. That's kind of a high capacity. Next up, we're checking out Griffin. This one seats 10 people per row with 3 rows, so it's a total of 30 people, 3 trains on the ride. And again, it's under 60 seconds from the top of the hill to the clearing of the brake run. So we're going to put that 60-second rule in place, which gives us a theoretical hourly capacity of 1,800 people per hour. Up next, we have the Loch Ness Monster. Now, this one's a little different. It has 3 trains, and each train seats 28 people. Now, the brake run on this, there is a brake run right before you go into the giant tunnel, but we're actually going to wait until you clear the second lift hill before we dispatch the next train, and that is going to put us at a time of roughly 67 seconds, so a little longer than the 60 seconds we've been giving all the other coasters. That means theoretical capacity is 1,500 800 for the Loch Ness Monster. So Verbolton is going to be a little trickier than the other coasters we've done so far because it has a dual loading station. Now, it doesn't always use the dual loading station, but again, this is the theoretical capacity, so we're going to go as if it was running at its highest capacity. So if both stations were running, all 5 trains running at capacity, we are going to do the point from when it leaves the station till it passes the first brake run after the first launch. Then they could theoretically send the next train, and that's about 40 seconds. So giving it 40 seconds with 90 dispatches per hour and 16 riders per train. They are much smaller trains than everything else. That gives us an hourly capacity of 1,440. Not bad. Once again, we have to get a little creative with this one. We're going to Escape from Pompei. Our friends at Coaster Force have a great POV of this ride, but we can't really measure this ride from the top of the lift hill to the bottom of the first drop or any of those places because water rides work a little different. And while there are places where the boat can stop, they can also stack up behind each other, so it really doesn't matter where it is in the ride. But the lift hill, unfortunately, can only have one boat on it at a time, and the lift hill time takes roughly 60 seconds to get to the top of the lift hill. With 20 people in the boat, that puts a maximum capacity of 1,200 people per hour. Moving on to Le Scoot. Again, this is going to be very different because Le Scoot is a water ride and they pulse it very differently. We're checking this POV out from Park Rovers. They had a on-ride POV of the log flume. Now you can see right here, right at the beginning, that log is passing us. There's an arm that dispatches the logs, so we use that to time it out. It's going to be roughly 15 seconds before we're on our way to the lift hill, so that's going to be our dispatch time. Now you have 4 people per log. You're going to times the 15 by 3,000, or you can divide it by 3,600. That gives us 240 logs passing that point per hour. And that gives us a very low hourly capacity of 960 riders. So this one not making the top 5. Roman Rapids is another one that's going to be really difficult to come up with a theoretical number for. It's really, there's so many boats, you can get 6 people per boat, but the dispatch times are kind of weird because they have that big wheel. There are some places where they pulse in line, but if they're not running full capacity, it's hard to tell how long that is. Now, got a great on-ride video here from Shark Productions. I'm guessing about 20 seconds per dispatch, 4 people, or if you get 6 people per boat at 20 seconds per dispatch, that's going to put us roughly at around 1,080 guests per hour. Now, this next one I'm expecting to be a huge number, and that is the Busch Gardens Railway. 3 trains can make their way around the 3 different stations. Now, we're going to say each train holds about 200 people. It can give or take because the green train has a caboose, and it's all kind of different. But we're going to say, just to even it out, 200 people per train. 3 trains running on a max capacity day. It is 20 minutes round trip, but that doesn't include the stop that you're at. So we're going to give it about 10 minutes per station. So doing that, it comes up with 6 dispatches per hour, and that gives us a staggering number of 3,600 guests per hour. So I think that's going to be number 1. The very last ride we're going to do some math on is going to be the Sky Ride. Again, this is kind of a difficult one because the dispatch is timed by a mechanism that actually lets the gondola free and slides onto the cable before leaving the station. I didn't have any good video, but we do have Park Rovers on this POV, and I did some timing of how long it took one car to pass the tower and then them to pass the tower, and so it gave us a rough guess of how many people per hour we can get on the Sky Ride. So dispatch times, we're going to say 40 seconds, 4 people per gondola. That gives us 90 dispatches per hour, and that is 360 guests per hour. So very low, not going to make the list. Well, that does it. The calculations are in, and we have the top 5 highest capacity rides at Busch Gardens. Coming in at number 5 is the Loch Ness Monster with 1,500 guests per hour. Coming in at number 4, we've got Griffin with 1,800 guests per hour. And number 3, Elpengeist with 1,920 guests per hour. Number 2, Apollo's Chariot with 2,160 guests per hour. And the number 1 highest capacity ride at Busch Gardens Williamsburg is the Busch Gardens Railway, with over 3,600 guests per hour. Crazy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video as we counted down the top 5 highest capacity rides at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I'd love to see your comments below. Do you think this is an accurate list? Do you think we did a good job with our math? Do you think this is an accurate depiction of the rides, the highest capacity rides at Busch Gardens? Put them in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this journey. My name is Clint, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Bye!